Hi, in this video we're going to talk about how to do a free background check in the state of Colorado. To get started, visit coloradopublicrecords.org. I'll have a link in the description. You can click on that or just type it into your browser. On the home page, you will notice a database of public records you can use when it comes to background checking, and I'll go over that in just 1 second. And then in the second half of the video, I'll show you how you can do a quick criminal background check using free databases as well, or at least what's available in the state of Colorado. So this video is just going to be about general background checks. This could be used in pretty much everyday life situations. Anybody in the public has access to these databases, so it's just knowing how to use them, and that's what I'll go over, and particularly focusing on the free aspect of researching information. So let's, for example, consider maybe you have a you want to do a big remodeling project in your house, and you are going to put a lot of money on the line, and you're looking for a contractor to do the job. Let's say before you hire somebody, maybe what you can do is run a quick little rundown on the contractor. So you have a database like contractor licenses, business records, and this could be, it doesn't have to be about a contractor. Many people have licenses, have businesses, and so you're able to look up in just about any kind of situation. You're able to maybe look up a dentist, a real estate agent. It could be somebody that you're hiring maybe to do landscaping, babysitting, all sorts of things, maybe even do a background check on a date. So I'm going to go ahead and stick with the contractor in this situation. So you come down here, you can quickly do a search. There's quite a few license types to choose from. You can search by name or the business name. You can make sure that there actually is a license. Make sure that it's still, it has been renewed and it's still valid. Make sure, you can check for things like when the individual got it. Maybe if they just got it a month ago, maybe you're not going to be too comfortable handing over a lot of money or having them do like a big project for you. So little things like that. Same thing with the business search. You're able to research it by name or by business name. And again, like you want to see things like how long have they had the business for? Is everything paid for? Were there any interruptions? Like how organized are they? Have they ever let it lapse, for instance? Things like that. Are there any issues with the state, for example? Another big thing you can do in this situation is run a court records check, and this would be in the civil division. In the small, these would be small claims courts, civil records, things like that. And you're looking for things that maybe are financially financial types of lawsuits. Maybe they had a vendor that wasn't happy, or maybe a previous customer that wasn't happy, and then they came after the company or the individual in a lawsuit. So like if you catch something like that within the court record system, that might set off some alarms, some red bells. Maybe you won't be, or some bells. You might not be too comfortable handing over a lot of money or trusting that individual with the project. So there's quite a few different things you could do, just depends on the situation. And now let's talk about criminal records. There is quite a few databases, like I said, again, you can use, but criminal background is, I would say, like when it comes to background checks, and there are many different types of background checks out there, the criminal records are probably going to be the backbone pretty much of every single one. So let's jump into it. So if you hover over other records, click on inmate search, and so what you have here is you have your arrest information. Now criminal record starts pretty much with an arrest. When a local police department or a sheriff's department arrests somebody, they're going to end up charging them with a crime and taking them to a local jail. So you're able to research some of this information at the local level. Like if you have a name, you can find out. You have your personal information, you have your court dates, you have your warrants, potential charges. So each county will have their database will be set up differently, not necessarily. So the search is going to be done differently. The way they display information is going to be kind of different. So it's not like a statewide system. It's mainly done at the county level and typically managed by the sheriff's department. And if they don't have a necessarily database and this information is needed, like the actual arrest information, you can try to submit like a public records request. But after they go through the arrest process, they will either post bail, be released, or maybe they'll stay in jail until they see a judge. And so when they see a judge, that creates a court document, and everybody will have to eventually go through the court system. And so once a court document is made, it is considered public information, so you're able to go look at this information. Now, there are quite a few paid databases you can use within the state of Colorado to research court documents. I'm just going to focus on the ones you can use for free. So let's hover over other records, click on court records. And as you can see, you have multiple courts within the state of Colorado, anything from the Supreme Court to the municipal court. And then Denver County has its own court system. And you have a couple of different databases to consider here. There's a free docket search, and then you have your third party, and then the state. These are pretty much recommended by the state, and these would be third-party vendors that you can utilize. Also, Denver County has their own search system, but they do charge a fee to research their database. So the only thing that you have that's available for free is just a court docket search. And you can select by county, you can do county or district court. And as you can see, you have your district court, pretty much felonies and lower level crimes, and then your county court, pretty much lower level crimes. Lower level crimes. And so these are going to be your main two courts where you're going to have your criminal records. Municipal sometimes will have traffic, or somebody gets a parking ticket, maybe nothing too serious. So, but it is another database here. So you have your two courts, county and district. You can select how far back you want to go, and then you can research by name. And so it doesn't really give you too much information here. It's loading the dockets now, but you do get you have some dates. You have the location of the court. You got a case number. So very, very basic information. Not much other information. Like I said, if you wanted to, you could utilize some of these third-party databases. And then Denver County has their own database. And this one, they do charge a $6 fee for each search. So not necessarily free, but the free one would be the docket search. Your other option, if you didn't want to use these paid databases, is they have these things called on-site public terminals. And these are just research, pretty much computers that you can go use at the courthouse or the court of clerk's house or a facility. And you literally sit down, and they're made for the public to come in and research court records. So if you can't find the information you need online, you can always show up at one of these places that has a public terminal and just use that. Next, what happens is there's a guilty or no guilty verdict, and the individual is, if it's over 12 months, if they have to serve a sentence, if it's over 12 months, it's going to be in the prison. If it's under 12 months, they're just going to stay at the jail, county jail, where they presently were arrested in, probably. And so let's look at this one here. So this would be typically for more serious offenses. And again, it's free and it's statewide. And this is a database managed by the Colorado Department of Corrections. So let's just try. Let me show you what it would look like. All right, so you get a mugshot, you got some personal information, you got some dates here, and then you have the current convictions. So this individual looks like he's been in and out, 2016 and then 2017, and different counties here that he was sentenced in. So as you can see, pretty detailed records here. Again, I did not have to pay any money to use this database. Any person of the public can come in and use it. And these are typically, like I said, these are going to be your more serious criminal offenses. If you make it in this database, you're doing probably more than 12 months in prison. So you got, again, personal information, some dates here, and then the current convictions. And it looks like this individual has been in and out since looks like a 2004, 2006, 7, 8, and then 9 again. So you have quite a few different convictions here, and there is actually a case number for each one. So if you wanted to look it up, you have the case the actual case number here as well. Another database to consider when doing a criminal-related background check is the sex offender registry, and Colorado offers a search. You can do a map search, or you can do a name search, and this is a statewide search. Again, here you can do address, city, county, and then if you wanted to just do like a name search, you can do that as well. So that's it. One more thing to consider is using the name search on top here. Now, this is not a free database. It gives you public information, court records, real estate information, criminal information, arrest information, financial records, things like bankruptcies, potential financial lawsuits, stuff like that. Also has some private databases, things like cell phone information, previous addresses, and it pulls records not just from the state of Colorado, but also from outside the state, so from multiple states, like a nationwide type of it gives you like a nationwide type of a database almost, and it combines all of these systems into all these databases into a single search system. So it's practically instantaneous. You just type a name in, and it tells you what it's got. What's great about that, like particularly previous addresses, things like that, or records from other states, is let's say somebody has a record maybe in Maryland or in Alabama, let's say in their past life, and now they're living in Colorado. If you're just searching records in Colorado, you're not necessarily going to see what happened in Maryland or Alabama. So it kind of gives you an opportunity to be more informed, to kind of cover more of your bases and get that more of that nationwide look, previous addresses, look into an individual. So with that said, visit coloradopublicrecords.org and get started on your free background check in the state of Colorado. Thank you.